Lisa from the Northwest Room. Today I'm going to be showing you how to access Ancestry.com from home. First things first, you're going to want to go to epls.org. Go to the Find bar, navigate down to e-resources, to research databases. And it's going to be the second entry on the list, which is convenient. You're going to see a login window. I'm already logged in with my card information, so you're just going to put your card number and your PIN in and then hit enter and it'll reroute you to this website. Right now, I'm going to just show you a really basic search to get you started. I'm going to do some other videos later just to show you some special functions of Ancestry, but right now I just want to get you guys started. Here on the home page, there's this big green button that says Begin Searching, and that helps you do just that. And then enter a person's name. So you've got your first and middle name. You are going to want to try to think about how this person probably appeared in more official records, because the type of documents that this searches primarily are things like the census or city directories or things like that. So if your person is a Bill, you might want to use William. Think about things like that. If they have a middle initial, you can also put it in here. So I'm going to do someone that I know lived in Everett, and you can select or type in where they were living, where you knew they lived or think they lived. And for the birth year, if you don't know, there's this calculator that can help you kind of estimate, and it will find the person if you're not exact. So you don't have to worry about this completely messing that up. So I believe she was probably around 30 in 1920. That's probably wrong, but it's close enough. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit search. There you go. You've got Jenny Samuels and her husband John in the 1910 census. Over to the left side, you've got these filters. So if I didn't see somebody who I knew was the person, you could use these to really dial things in. It likes to start with a broad scope because it's going to cull through more records. I find that the more you limit it to exact, the less likely you are going to find the person. That seems kind of counterintuitive, but it's better to cast a wider net when you're looking through these records. You can also see the categories of the different types of documents. You've got the census and voter lists. If it's grayed out, there's nothing in there that's applicable. I know this person passed away long before the 1980s, so these ones are probably people with a similar name. You've got the marriage, birth, and death certificates and records here. So I'm just going to click on the census record to show you what that looks like. With the census records, you actually will have a picture of the document that you can go and view in greater detail. Ancestry has used software to kind of crawl the documents and pull information in these little digests that you see on the first screen that you click to. It also shows you people who they believe are associated with the person in the document, and these are her family members and a lodger that they had in the house. I'll click in here and show you what the census record looks like. These are wonderful to work with. You're going to get a lot of information about your person that you wouldn't just get from some of the other, like birth certificates and things like that. You don't get a ton of detail about their lives, but these are kind of great. You find out quite a lot. They were living on Wetmore. You can see that in this column over here. And you can see, you've got the head of the house is John, and Jenny's his wife, so she's highlighted because that was the name that I searched. And then you can see things about their gender and their ethnicity and their age, marital status, how long they've been married. These ones talk about how many children they had born and how many were still living. They were an African-American family, so you see a B here instead of a W, which would be white. You see where they were born. So John was born in Kentucky and Jenny was in North Carolina. Their child was actually born in Minnesota, so you can see a little bit about their story as they traveled west. You scroll further to the right, you can see the language that they spoke, what their jobs were. So John was a janitor. So yeah, some really great information in here. You can also see who their neighbors are, which I always find interesting. When the census records were created, people would just walk up and down the blocks interviewing the people in the homes and finding out about their lives. So you can kind of see what the neighborhood was like, what kind of industry people were in, where they were from. And it looks like it was a really varied neighborhood. You've got immigrants from Ireland and Scotland. You've got a lot of Midwesterners there. So really, really interesting stuff. And I'm going to talk a lot more about this in other videos. So I hope you enjoy exploring Ancestry while we have this home access. Okay, take care.